turned on, and I saw that we were airing a product called AquaPure. And I saw that Stacy was the spokesperson for that, and I've always loved all the things that Stacy brings, but this product is a necessity, all right? Anybody that likes fresh produce, that's apples, whatever it is, pears, lettuce, broccoli, tomatoes, anything. If you've got a garden out there, whatever, it's not just the dirt that gets on your fruits and veggies that you have to worry about. It's things like, obviously, pesticides, chemicals, bacteria. You see, most fruit has little nooks and crannies and places where the stem were, and that's where a lot of this stuff lives. And I would never drink a dirty glass of water. I would never use a fork with a piece of food on it. Yet it's amazing how many people will eat their fruits and vegetables and they're filthy. And they think the answer is, I'll rinse them underwater. And guess what? That doesn't do very much, because pesticides and chemicals are put on there to adhere so that insects will not eat them. Even organic produce has some pesticides on it. If you want to eat the freshest produce, the freshest vegetables, the best salads, and you want to eat it guilt-free, knowing that you've done the best you can, you need AquaPure. It's a brand new item. I've never had the chance to present it before, but this is going to get rid of up to 99% of the crud that you do not see that is on your fruits and vegetables. Let me introduce you to Stacy. I've known her for probably 20 years. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time, looking all fresh and pretty in your dress.
Thanks.
So this is a brilliant idea.
I was so excited about this because how many times have you gotten home and you're like, oh, this is great for my family. I'm going to clean my fruits and vegetables, right? And you think you're doing a really great job and you're rinsing them off. You know what this is? False sense of security.
Yeah.
Because this is just rinsing off the dirt. This isn't really taking off the salmonella, the E. coli, any type of toxins that are on your food. The only way you can do that is through proven technology. Now, this is AquaPure, and we have it set up so you can actually see the magic that's happening. This is electrolysis technology, and what that means is it's creating a natural chemical process that is moving electrical currents through the water around your fruits and vegetables, and it's creating a natural disinfectant with natural chlorine and sodium hydroxide. And what that does is it attaches to your fruits and vegetables, the bacterias, the toxins on them, and gets rid of them. And it's so simple. You know what you need? Tap water, salt, and AquaPure. And look at this, 95% of glyphosate. Do you know that is a weed killer? It's illegal in most countries. I don't know why our government says it's okay, but they do. But this is going to eliminate that. It's so easy to use. You simply just plug it in, charge it, and then once you have it charged, you're ready to go.
So I just drop it in the water.
That's it.
And then I put a little salt in.
Yep.
And then I add my big basket of blueberries or strawberries or whatever it is. And you know, it's funny because I saw some of your stuff soaking.
Yes.
And if you ever did this without the AquaPure and just put it in water, this is the color of the water that would come out. And if you saw that, you think just rinsing it, if you soak it, that's just the dirt. That's what's in there. We're not even seeing the other stuff that's in there.
Because guess what? You can't see pesticides. You can't see E. coli. You can't see these things. So again, you're going to take your AquaPure. Once it's charged, then you're going to just hit this little button on the side, just like that, okay?
Light comes on.
And then you're going to see the blue light. You just put it right down in the water. Then you're going to open up your fruits, whatever you want. Just put them on top.
And think about all the places that a pesticide can hide on a blackberry.
I know, the berries.
I mean, there are so many little nooks and crannies in there. A little bit of salt. Now watch what happens.
Half a teaspoon, okay? That's all you have to do. So when I come home from the grocery store, all I do is I actually have a really big bowl and I put all of my fruits and vegetables in there. I usually do all the berries. Thank you, sir. I do the berries all at the same time. And this is what's happening. When we're done here, you're going to have little floaters in there. And that's just what you can see. But you can see that just rinsing off the dirt.
That is
awesome. But what you don't see is the bacteria that is on your foods. E. coli, salmonella, you can't rinse that off, right? And you might not know you're affected. You might ingest food with that on it and maybe have a little stomach ache or a little something going on in the bathroom. And you think, I'm not really sure. Maybe I ate something. It could be what's on your fruits and vegetables.
Where was this 4 or 5 years ago when we were going through all the hell of that situation, right? When we needed stuff like this. 100%. And guys, listen, you spend a lot of money on your produce, and we all know you're spending more and more on produce than we have in years, right? you can't afford to be throwing it away and you don't want to be getting sick from it. I read something somewhere that the most dangerous part of an apple was where the core is
Which
inside
makes
there,
sense.
because that's where all the bad stuff hides.
Of course.
And that even when you cut an apple, you're spreading that throughout the apple.
Yes,
and I was
yes.
like, oh my gosh, I never even thought about that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I want you to look at what's going on here once you come back. What you're seeing in this bowl is, again, what's evident. What you're not seeing is really the magic of what's happening, is removing these toxins from our foods. The berries are the biggest offender. Like when you look at that water, I mean, this strawberry water is literally, looks like we put oil, like,
look in
motor
there.
oil in there.
Would you drink this water? Because I want to mix it around a little bit, and you'll see there are particulates, there's bits and pieces, and that doesn't scare me as much as what's actually dissolved in that water.
And this is what I do. So
Yeah.
if I have something like strawberries or blueberries that float, what I do is I kind of mix them around a little
Yeah.
bit. There's a
It's not gonna
the
hurt you.
cycle is 5 minutes. If you have a lot of water, you run it a couple times, right? Because again, I put all my blueberries and strawberries and everything in there, and then I run the cycle a couple times, and it's 5 minutes. Take those peppers from the grocery store, and then again, you don't see quite as much dirt in here, but it's removing the toxins and the
still see it,
pesticides and the
Stace.
molecules.
Look at that.
Look at the difference between the two. Okay, look at, this is clean water. This is the water that appears clean
cloudy.
if you didn't have the comparison. Now, think about something like mushrooms, right? We all know that mushrooms are dirty when you get them home, but look at everything that is floating. All I did is open the container. Now, let me tell you a little backstory about AquaPure. The owner of this company, his dad had cancer, and he wanted to make sure he eliminated all the toxins that he could possibly control. So, of course, he went to organic, but again, organic doesn't mean no pesticides. So he actually bought electrolysis machine, $6,000, huge. And he's like, that's not scalable. That's not, family friendly. Then most people can't afford that. So he says, there's got to be a better way. Advanced technology. Now we have AquaPure. Are you kidding me? You just put this in a bowl and you have that same effect.
Let's show everybody the percentage of how this works. We'll pop that up in just a sec. But by the way, this is rechargeable. How long does it last?
Honestly, a long time.
I would think you probably have to charge it once a month,
I use it 4 times a week at least,
Yeah.
and I charge it every couple months.
Yeah, it's easy. It doesn't use much. So we were talking about the I'll let you read these. The glyphosate herbicide, 95%. Another pesticide, 94%. 99% of E. coli bacteria, salmonella. We were hearing about all the outbreaks in the marketplace today about tainted meats and all the rest of these things. And a lot of that, there's nothing you can do about, but you can do a lot about the produce that you eat, and whether it's grapes or broccoli or Brussels sprouts or mushrooms, all these things. And we also know we spend a lot of money on this stuff.
Right.
And it's expensive. And you understand that companies try to preserve it. That's their job, to make it look nice.
Sure.
Just because it looks nice, Stacey, doesn't mean it eats nice.
Right, and here's the thing. Have you ever seen the people in the grocery store, and you might be one of them, where they open up and they take a grape or the strawberry, and I'm thinking, ew, it's not been washed. But guess what? If you just rinse it off in the sink, you're not washing it any better. You're not doing a better job. So what I love, when I learned about this product, I was so excited because I was like, finally I can have peace of mind. Because I know you're like me, and you've literally rinsed those grapes under the sink, and you're like, what am I doing? How many people have touched these grapes before they end up on my table?
You know what I tried, and I did forever, was cider vinegar, which doesn't kill a lot of the things that are on there.
It doesn't.
It helps to sanitize a little, but it doesn't do the full job.
It's better than water.
It is better. Let me just tell you this. If you get a Brand-New HSN credit card today, you get $40. That would charge you $9.95 for this with free shipping. I encourage you to try it for 30 days, okay? Because you'll know in the first day.
Right.
When you use this on your first, let's say it's blueberries, and you see what's in that water.
Right.
And more important, what you don't see.
That's right.
You're going to eat it. And then the nice thing is you just put it in a bowl and drop it in. It's easier than actually rinsing it underwater.
So what I do is, after I'm done here, then I give it a good rinse. So anything that's, and I rinse it all off. And cleaner food actually tastes better too. So it's not just an illusion. This is something that works. This is something that's proven. And let me tell you, we're talking about eliminating weed killer. We're not talking about something, a little bit of dirt.
And you've read all the stories about how many times a day do you see the weed killer commercials on there?
And you know what? When the guys show up to spray your yard, they're protected.
Yeah.
They're wearing suits.
I don't
and
even
guess
let those
what?
people come near my house
I know,
anymore.
and you can't even. They say keep your dogs off it. Yet it's okay to.
You know what?
Not the same product, but you get the idea.
I use the plug-in pest repellers that we have here because I'm like, I don't want that stuff in my house.
I know you don't want to eat it.
People, they get sick and they have all these issues and they're like, where's it coming from?
Right.
It's coming from the outside sources that you let into your house.
That's right.
And listen, we all have to eat. It makes sense to eat the best food you can, especially when it comes to fresh food. You know, when I think about, because I'm a big mushroom guy.
Right.
And, you know, there are a lot of chefs say, oh, just brush them off on the outside. I'm like, dude, there's something living in there, man.
Right, and the mushrooms is the dirtiest container.
Ugh.
And so this is just a sample of what is being removed, right? You can have peace of mind that you're not just getting off the dirt. You're getting off toxic chemicals that are actually illegal in other countries. So this is something that is a game changer for you and your family. It literally takes minutes when you come home from the grocery store. And my kids now say, have these been treated? Before they eat them.
Now you've trained them.
Now I've trained them. They're like, have these been treated? Because if they're sitting on the counter, they want to make sure that it's past the AquaPure test.
You know, and listen, you know, there's a lot of organic farmers, wonderful farmers, all this great stuff, but think about it. These poor folks and farmers especially, you know, they're all getting hurt with the way the economy is as well. So they have to make their stuff last.
Yep.
They're doing their job. And they're saying, listen, I'm getting it to you this way. Please wash it and clean it.
Yes.
So that you can enjoy it the way you love it, because we have to get it to you. Because if none of it was ever treated, which is wonderful if you can go to an organic farm market and actually pick the vegetables yourself.
Right.
But 99% of us can't do that.
Right.
We have to trust the stores. We have to
Exactly.
trust the farmers. I love them all, but trust yourself. Do it yourself.
Trust the science.
Yeah.
We've put this through the test. And can I tell you that we have wanted to get this on HSN for a long time, but HSN said it must pass our standards to be able to show up on air. I love that you can see the bubbles.
I wish we could
I'd
love to lower the lights.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can. Brett's looking at me like, please don't make me lower the light. But if you see what's going on in here, you can see how it's actively creating those bubbles, right?
Electrolysis.
Electrolysis, and that's what's getting in there. You can see it on the pepper. Look at that red pepper, see? Oh, Mikey, you're so great.
So
Watch. Look at that. And you can see that little light coming on and off?
It's working.
It's cleaning, not just on the outside, but deep cleaning your fruits and vegetables.
And all you need is tap water, salt, and AquaPure.
We are down to, we only have 1,500 left, and I know you came with a few thousand, so it's doing great.
Yeah, that's great.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Thanks, TC.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
AquaPure, 866-174. Love this. I'm going to buy it when I get off the show.
There you go.
I'm a smart person. All right. Hey, real quick.